that obviously Caitlin Clark was going out of her way to try to put on some mass, some bulk, all right? And frankly, who could blame her after the way last season went, her rookie year, because you could tell there was a lot of women that were just flat bigger. Even if they were as tall, they were just bigger and looked like a more mature kind of body type that you would expect in a professional basketball league.
Caitlin Clark is back, and she's better than ever, stronger, tougher, and more focused. Gone are the days when defenders could take cheap shots at her, thinking they could throw her off her game. The WNBA bullies who thought they could push her around are in for a surprise because this version of Caitlin Clark isn't backing down anymore. She's not the easy target anymore.
4 from the field, and she's guarding Clark 94 feet. Clark? Oh, looks like Clark got smashed. No call. Here's Thomas the other way. Mabry a 3. No.
This Caitlin Clark has been hitting the gym, building strength just like she racks up points on the court. Now, she's ready to make the league regret ever underestimating her. For too long, she's had to put up with dirty plays, excessive contact, and unnecessary roughness, those intentional bumps and shoves meant to send a message. Well, message received.
She figured out the right way that I need to get stronger. She's done a great job of getting in the weight room and focusing on her strength in terms of low center gravity, time under tension, all of those things. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is starting to make the rounds today, and it is wild. I mean, we'll look at some fan reaction, but it's clear Caitlin Clark has put on real mass, been in the weight room. I mean, guys, that's real shoulders and guns. I power lifted for 15 years and was a bodybuilder. She's putting in the work now, all right? She is putting in the real work. Right here. Another one right here. I mean, those arms, seriously, right here. The WNBA is, I mean, they're on notice. Look at these arms and these shoulders. Her trapezius muscles have really popped out.
Caitlin Clark's response? She's been hitting the weight room harder than ever, getting ready for whatever comes next. She's not just the best shooter in the game anymore. She's a physical powerhouse, ready to face off with anyone who dares to challenge her.
They were up in the first quarter. The Fever getting their first win last night in Los Angeles. That's got to be pretty tough, I would think, on Caitlin to just really be patient with herself and with her team. And that's not a virtue of Caitlin's.
It wasn't unusual for defenders to try to knock Caitlin Clark off balance, get inside her head, and slow her down with physical play. But Caitlin always adapted. She never backed down, never lost focus. She took the hits, absorbed the contact, and still found ways to dominate. Now, though, she's not just taking the hits, she's dishing them out too. Let's be real, some of the so-called veterans in the WNBA weren't thrilled when she arrived. They've seen what she brings to the game and know she's gunning for their spots. That's why they've tried to rough her up, hoping she'd fold under pressure. But instead of backing down, Caitlin's been putting in the work. She's not complaining about it, she's preparing for it. Now, when a defender tries to throw a cheap shot, Caitlin's not just going to take it. She'll stand her ground, stare them down, and keep playing her game. She's not just dodging elbows anymore, she's ready to throw a few of her own. No reckless foul or ill-intentioned move is going to derail her season. Not this time. Caitlin Clark is entering this season stronger than ever, with a body built for battle, a sharper game, and a mentality that says, try me, if you dare. If the WNBA thought she was dangerous before, just wait. Now, with the strength to back it up, she's a whole new force to be reckoned with. Caitlin didn't just wake up with this powerful new physique. It took months of relentless effort, sweat, and a deep understanding that the only way to silence her doubters was to outwork them. Every early morning lift, every tough conditioning session, every rep in the weight room was her way of saying, I will not be pushed around anymore.
New reaction after this controversial foul on Caitlin Clark.
Unnecessary.
Clark's Indiana Fever taking on the Chicago Sky on Saturday.
Caitlin Clark attacked this offseason like a woman on a mission. She packed on muscle with a level of dedication only the truly great have. Her arms are sculpted, her shoulders broader, and her legs are built to explode past defenders and take hits without blinking. And those biceps? They're ready for anything that comes her way. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a full transformation into a basketball machine. Let's be clear, Clark was already a force. Even with a slower start in the WNBA, a slimmer build, and defenders treating her like a crash test dummy, she still put up historic numbers. She broke records and proved why she's the most electrifying player to enter the league in years. Now, with added strength to her game, imagine the nightmare defenders are about to face. If they thought keeping up with her was tough before, they're about to experience pure horror. But here's the real kicker, Clark isn't in this alone. She's not just stronger physically, she's stronger in every way. She's got seasoned veterans in the locker room who have her back and seasoned pros who recognize her potential and want to help her reach it. The WNBA might have had a few players trying to test her, but now? She's got her own enforcers. Players ready to step in, set the tone, and make sure no one gets away with cheap shots.
She turned to you a little bit
Yeah.
after the fever.
I didn't answer no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
And let's not forget the mastermind behind it all, her world-class coach, a tactician who knows exactly how to turn this new version of Caitlin Clark into a weapon. This coach isn't just giving her the green light to take over games, they're designing a system that plays to her strengths. With a team that believes in her, an enforcer to back her up, and a coach ready to unleash her, we're talking about full-throttle basketball at its finest. Remember when Chendi Carter thought she could just shove Caitlin Clark to the floor and brush it off like it was no big deal? Well, that was before. This time around, things are going to be different.
New reaction after this controversial foul on Caitlin Clark.
Unnecessary.
Clark's Indiana Fever taking on the Chicago Sky on Saturday. The Sky's Kennedy Carter hitting a shot, then heading over to Clark and shoulder checking her. The refs called it a common foul.